Hello and welcome to the Prog Analyst. Today we're going to be talking about the Genesis song, It's Gonna Get Better. The song starts with some keyboard noises that as far as I can tell use notes from the B minor pentatonic scale. Our bass line starts in 6/4 time, also using notes from the B minor scale, clearly indicating to us that at least the beginning of our song is in the key of B minor. The bass line has a 4/3 rhythm in the first 3 beats of the measure, then it's on the downbeats and less syncopated in the second half of the measure. A few repetitions of the bass line in, the chord changes from B minor to G major 7th, which is our diatonic 6 major 7 chord in B minor. The keyboard does a counter melody in the same rhythm as the bass line, and then we start with the chorus. The bass line stays the same in the chorus, but the harmony is very different. Our first chord is B major, the parallel major of our intro section, so already the chorus is uplifted in contrast to what we've heard so far. I think the use of B major in the chorus fits the positive, carefree lyrics of the chorus pretty well, but the chords are about to change pretty rapidly. The chords go from B to E, then A, D, and G. These chords have a pattern of ascending by fourth, which leads us away from B major where we started, so that by the time we get to the G chord, we're back to diatonic harmony in B minor. The G, A, and F sharp minor chords in the second measure are the 6, 7, and 5 minor chords respectively in B minor. Then we go back to B major and repeat the pattern again. Moving major chords by fourth like Genesis does in the first measure of this chorus is a great way to break away from diatonic harmony. Also, the fast pace and syncopation of the harmonic rhythm is grounded by the repetitive bass line. The chorus melody is mostly in this A to F sharp range, and it's sung in a very light tone, with Phil Collins even moving into his head voice on the higher notes. When we get to the verse, this is contrasted with a much lower melody, existing in this range that really only goes as high as B and gets lower and lower throughout the verse, going down to D, and eventually down to the lower B here. This section is further differentiated by the bass part, which changes for the first time in the verse. The rhythm is a lot more spacious and slow, even going as slow as half notes by the fourth bar of the verse. The harmony of the verse is entirely diatonic to B minor, once again different from the B major in the chorus. The last thing that is interesting to me about the verses is the phrasing. We have this first fragment in the first measure that's repeated and extended in the second measure until the downbeat of the third measure, essentially creating a 3-bar phrase. In the fourth measure, we have a completely different melodic idea, which then has a repetition with a slight variation in the next measure, and then another repetition in the next measure. For these 3 measures, the bass is a lot more connected and moves consistently at the speed of half notes, which makes this 3-bar section feel to me like another 3-bar phrase. The last 3 measures are similar to one another again, each one with a pickup landing on the downbeat of 1, and although there's a lot of space in these 3 measures, the rhythmic similarities make me think of them as yet another 3-bar phrase. To have 3 distinct 3-bar phrases in a verse, each with a different melodic material, is very rare, and I think in this case it has the effect of the verses being very conversational, especially with some of the pauses in the melody. After another chorus, we return to the strange keyboard ambience from the beginning of the song, and the bass diverges from its previous patterns and seems to improvise a little bit, again using B minor notes exclusively. The last vocal section in the song is brand new. It's crazy how much unique melodic material is in this song. Not only that, but we've modulated now to D major, which is the relative major of B minor, so now we've had both the parallel and relative majors in this song. Modulating to the relative major after the strange textural section before this makes us really feel like we've arrived at a destination. The melody is back in that higher range that we had in the chorus, only now it's being sung more strongly, and Phil Collins doesn't go up into his head voice until we get to the A's in the 6th measure. Notice how simple the bass is now too, leaving lots of wide open space for an epic ending. We start out with our diatonic 1 and 4 chords for the first 6 measures, then for the next 6 measures we waver back and forth between our 3 minor and 2 minor, as our melody reaches new peaks with the notes A and B. After 6 measures of just 3 and 2, we finally get that resolution to 1 that our ears are longing for. The bass is giving us a pedal note of D, even as the harmony is moving to G, our 4 chord, and C, our flat 7 chord, which creates a D sus sound with the D in the bass. Lastly, our melody ends with some long notes and a call for change to end this optimistic and surprisingly musically complex song. That's my breakdown of It's Gonna Get Better by Genesis. Thank you for watching. If you learned something new or enjoyed the video, please like it and share with anyone else who might be interested. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else about the song you enjoy or find interesting I might not have mentioned. If you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe as well. If you have any suggestions of prog rock songs you want to see an analysis video of, leave those in the comments as well. For my 10th video, I'm going to do a special episode on how King Crimson uses the blues in a few different songs. Thanks again!